Hello, family. Welcome to day 5. This is disembarkation day, one of the saddest days for a cruiser who had a great time anyway. And so, let me tell you about my process, as it may be different from different people. Because I am staying in a terraza balcony room, they've sent me a letter saying where I should meet if I am taking my luggage off by myself. They call that express debarkation. When you decide to take all your luggage off by yourself. If I was not taking my luggage off by myself, I was supposed to place the luggage outside of my room from last night between the hours of 8 and 10 p.m. so that they can take it. And then they gave me luggage tags, and these are the luggage tags for Carnival. And so with these luggage tags, when they call you by your luggage tag number, that's when you would go head towards the gangway so that you can get off the ship and then locate your bags and then go out of the port and leave and do what you need to do to get to your designated location, home, or wherever it is that you may be going to. And so that is what it is. They also give you different papers, and in these papers they will let you know what time breakfast is and where you can go for breakfast, what time they're open, and so that you can usually get some breakfast. Since I'm not flying out, because this is my home port of New York, I don't have to worry about necessarily getting breakfast because I can probably get home and then have breakfast at home. But ordinarily, if it was something where I was flying out, I would try to get breakfast in the morning, knowing that I probably would not get back home until sometime early evening or late afternoon. Regardless, everyone has to be out of their room by 8:30. Why does everybody have to be out of their room by 8:30? Because the cabin stewards need to do what they need to do to clean the rooms, to turn it over, to get it ready for the next cruise. And so even if you're not getting off the ship right away, if you have a late flight, for example, what you would have to do is find your place on to the Lido deck or somewhere where you could sit down with your bags or what have you, but you have to be out of your room by 8:30 in the morning. And so I'm going to take advantage of this express debarkation because I brought all my bags on with me. I rarely, I don't think I've ever put my bag out the night before. I always take my luggage off with me. And so I will be meeting at this designated location that they set aside for individuals that is staying in the terraza balcony rooms. And so what else I want to speak to you about is what was my experience for Carnival Venezia. What did I think about it? I was talking to a fellow YouTube content creator, and she was saying that she was getting mixed reviews. So this is my experience. And some of the mixed reviews was also based upon the layout. So let me tell you this. Carnival Venezia is a beautiful ship. It's just so beautiful. To me, on the lower levels, if you have sailed Carnival before, the lower levels, the layout is similar to the Vista class ships, like the Carnival Vista, Carnival Horizon, Carnival Panorama. And that is one of my favorite class of ships. So the layouts are similar in terms of where certain things are located. And so if you like those ships, then you shouldn't have any issues. Where the difference comes into place is the Lido deck. And so, unlike other ships that you may have experienced, it has a dome over the Lido deck. And so they don't have what you call those where you can just be able to walk up the stairs, and it's an open concept where you can just walk wherever you want to from the Lido. So you can get to the water park or you can get to the sports area. You would have to go either through an elevator, or there's other exits that you could go out onto the other decks from the Lido deck. So a little bit different, but I learned in the Q&A from Mark Q, the cruise director, that the reason why they have it like that because initially it was designated for the Asian market, And being that they're not, I guess, a people or a market that they would love to stay in the sun, so it would be better to have the dome. And so that's the reason why we have it. But it's also beneficial because now New York can have a cruise ship that can sail year round, even though there's coming a time when it'll be relocated. I'm not sure permanently or seasonally to Port Canaveral, but at least New York can have a ship that can sail year round. It's snowing, it's raining. We can have something that can sail year round instead of it ending around October or November or what have you. So that's the benefit. I love this ship. I didn't have any issues about it. Any different class ship you go into, there's always going to be something different about it in terms of some of the layout. And so I've been on different class ships and I didn't have any issues just trying to learn this ship, where stuff is. And so I didn't have any issues with it at all when it came to the layout. How was my experience? Well, it was so fun. Mark Hugh, the cruise director, was so great. So much energy. So he looked like he loved what he was doing. Every party he was on it. He just wanted us to have a great time. He was personable. And so Carnival, the cruise directors really make the cruise. They call it the fun ship for a reason. Carnival brings the fun. When it came to the food, I didn't really do the buffet. So somebody's experience when it comes to the buffet may be different. I did not do the buffet for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because I want to experience some of the different things that Carnival Venezia had, just like the new burgers on Guy's Burgers, the new sandwiches for Tomodoro. I wanted to experience the new things that's for this ship that I would not necessarily find on other ships. And so that's why I didn't do the buffet at all. But just like anything else, like my greatest experience was Il Viago, and I did a review for that. In terms of food, I just loved that restaurant. I'm so glad that I went to it. I love Italian food in general, but the food was just delicious to me. And you can look at my review of Il Viago to see specifically what I had, so that maybe that you can have it as well. And so I had a great time on this ship. If you've been on this ship before, and let me know your experience, but I had a great time. I definitely wish it was longer. I wish I did book a longer cruise, or I would come back and do a longer cruise, maybe to Bermuda. I don't necessarily like to do cruises to the Caribbean out of New York because I feel like you're wasting ports. Because by the time you get down to the Caribbean, especially if it's a 7-day cruise or 8-day cruise, maybe you're only seeing 2 ports. So I would rather do something, either go to New England for a longer cruise like I did, because this was only 1 port, 4-day cruise, or I would go to Bermuda, maybe a 5-day cruise to Bermuda or something of that nature. And so I definitely would come back on this ship. I'm glad that it's out of New York. It's a beautiful ship, and I would definitely come back on this ship. This is my review. I know people may differ from the experiences, and I love this cabin. I didn't have any issues when it came to service. I thought everybody was friendly. Um, I thought everybody was cordial. I never had an incident when somebody had an attitude or anything of that nature. So the cabin steward was great. I didn't have any issues with service at all. And so I thought that it was a great experience in general. You have to come on the ship to see for yourself. And if this is the first time, you've never been to New York, then you get an experience. Come before, experience New York for yourself, or stay after the cruise. Then you get to have, like, where you do the cruise, you see some ports you've never seen before, and you get to experience New York, maybe see a Broadway play, take in a museum, do a restaurant that you've never done before, a great restaurant that's not a chain restaurant that you can find somewhere else, but a great New York restaurant. So come experience it for yourself. And so thank you for coming on with me for this journey on this 4-day cruise. Why is it the fifth day? Because they do not count the last day as a part of the number of days that counts towards your cruise. And so the fifth day, debarkation day, does not count. So it's a 4-day cruise from the day of embarkation to yesterday, and today is the fifth day, the day I'm actually getting off the cruise ship. So thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. I appreciate it so much. If you have not done so, family, can you do me a favor? Like, comment, and subscribe. Click on the notification bell to be informed of future posts. And until next time, happy travels.